set up. Just make sure all my windows are correct so that I have my chat and my art station ready to go. Alright. So, I haven't had much time to work on this, but doesn't mean we don't do it now. Got a belly full of food and a little bit of coffee in my system. And we're ready to go. What layer was I working on? Oh, this was face details. I'm really sad that I can't really get it to work where I can show you both screens at once. I'm not too tech savvy, at least when it comes to all this stuff, so it's unfortunate. Oh, I just realized something. The little piece in her hair is white. That's the skin. Where's the white clothes? Okay. Take that color. I thought this rope up here would be the same. Oh boy, I have to go section by section. Alright. Oh. Longer I delay it, the longer I don't get progress done. Let's go and lock that one for right now. Make sure we are on the right brushes, because it's been a while since I've opened Krita. We have to zoom right in there. A lot of back and forth. You know what's really funny? I always like how my line art looks before I color it. I don't know. I think once I start coloring it, I realize how much work I need to actually... how far I still need to come. What was I doing? I forget which step I'm on. There's so many repeating steps for this little piece. Line art. That. Oh. This is why I lock my layers, because going back and forth like this, like I really got lost and just started painting on the wrong layers. So just little tricks like that it's one of those days, huh? Really funny, because like when I get tired, I can get triggered really quickly with like small little mistakes that I make because of my perfectionist mentality. wish there was. Well, I mean, I was watching these people, or more so listening to them, but I did kind of look on their screen every once in a while. And I don't think they ever used a mouse. I think as they painted, everything they did was keyboard shortcuts. I was like, that's crazy, man. Like, not only do you have to, like, I guess memorizing the keyboard shortcuts would come with time, but like, I don't know. It's so weird to think that, hey, Knight. Oh, hey, cutie. What's going on? Glad you could make it. Hope you're, uh, is it Friday? It is Friday. Uh, hope your Friday's going well. I tell you, what'd I do? I tell you, I lose track of days so bad. To me, everything is all just one blur. But I'm doing okay. I am, just a little tired today, but, I think we'll get it at least the good hour that I normally do. No problem. And this time I did bring a beverage with me, that way my throat doesn't, like, give out midway. Which is actually hilarious because, I've been having to take extra days off from streaming simply because I talk so much. I'm not used to it. My throat. I need to get like a body double like they do for not a body double, but what are they called? People in like Broadway, they have like stand-in singers. I need a stand-in. That's what I need. I need a stand-in latte night. When my voice starts to go, I can just send him in. He'll probably be a better drawer than me anyway. Alright. Oh, I keep knocking my knee. I tell you, having a small place to live is, uh, not the best. But, I'm a person that focuses more on functionality than luxury most of the time, but every once in a while you kind of look back and it's just like, ah, why did I choose this? Alright. I guess, oh, I just realized I totally made this crystal completely upside down. Oh well. You know, it's too late into the production to change that now. interesting. I've been having this weird thing with Krita as I'm coloring. This magic tool, like this magic select tool, is supposed to stop you from coloring over certain lines, as long as I had to double check that I wasn't coloring on the wrong layer. Oof, that scared me. Um, but as I was coloring the whites, if my line is too thin, it's not registering it, and it bypasses the selection tool. And it has been a little annoying because then I have to go in and manually erase things. Okay, I think that's all the white she has in her. There's a lot of reds. But we're going to do the dark greens next. Let's go ahead and lock that layer so we're not going to... You need... Hey, Bucky, welcome. You need AI assistant on your side to help you speaking, reading comments here? Yeah. It might help. I don't know how to set that up though. Like I said, not too tech savvy, and as it is, I found out that Krita, I don't know if Krita, but drawing programs take a hell of a lot of RAM. You know, I didn't think when I first refurbished this PC, I was like, that's plenty of RAM. It'll handle a simple drawing program. Oh boy, was I wrong. So, I don't even know if I would have enough RAM to be running OBS, the drawing program, and a text-to-speech thing. Welcome, Bucky. How has your week been? I know I haven't been on a lot this week. As my voice has continuously refused against me. Not refused, but rebelled against me. Let's add a new layer. Call this... I think it's dark green on her. That's good. It's good to hear that you're doing, well, if nothing else. It's like a green-gray, I guess. What happened to my... What? When did I change sizes on my brush? That's weird. Now let's see if this color is... That looks a little too green. That looks more like a forest green. So what I'm trying to go for... Maybe I need to make it more of a dark teal. I think that'll work. That's a little bit closer. Actually, that might work for the non-shadowed area. Let me see how, let me paint this whole thing in, and then I can kind of get a better look at it. Still a little too greenish. Here. You know, I hate to just put completely black, but like that's way too dark. This is the part I struggle with, is colors. I hate it. This is why I want to do grayscale. Because values I can see a lot better than I can like shades of color. Like I'm taking my classes, and you know, I'm learning value theory. And I'm like, ah, this makes sense to me. And then it comes to shading of like different colors, and I'm like, I can't see the difference. This is wonderful. A little more blue would work. That looks exactly the same. What the heck? Now I'm in completely blue, and that still looks the same. Sometimes I don't understand this color picker. Like, I'm changing it so much, and to me it looks so much the same. I don't know if it looks the same to you guys. But, like, I am changing this thing, and it looks exactly the same. Am I doing something wrong here? Let's try it. Like, yeah, I actually prefer grayscale because, again, to me, there's a lot more life to it because I can see a lot more to it. All really dark colors, yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe I shouldn't be beating myself up as much as I am right now. It's really funny because, like, um, several years ago, like, I had a friend who liked to tease me about my color blindness. And, she would always come up to me and ask me, like, what this color really, like, let's say, like, she was wearing an odd color shirt. She would always be like, hey, what color is my shirt today? And I was like, really annoying, but, like, she was kind of a, what's the word for it? Ditz? Like, she was a little ditzy, so she was a little more like an out there personality. So she really didn't understand. At least I hope so. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. Talking right now just made me think of her. Because she would totally do that to me. Like, if she was wearing this green color, she would totally come up to me and say that she asked me what color her shirt or belt was. See, there it is again. This is what I was talking about earlier. You know, I went in and closed these lines. And maybe I forgot somewhere. But, see, that line is fine. So I don't know. Maybe I missed a line, but up here, I think it was this sleeve, over here, this sleeve right here, I went back and I redrew the entire section in one stroke to make sure that it was a single line and the magic selector still wasn't, was still doing this thing where it's not picking up that there's a line here to separate it. So now I have to go back and erase those, which was actually taking me forever. I just try to use my Wacom tab as a touch tablet. I can't. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure that I can't erase there by accident. Okay, that one didn't go as badly. Earlier I was having trouble. With the eraser tool, trying to get those fine lines. I'm still on the eraser, huh? Yes, I am. I keep forgetting that I can turn my pen around and the eraser, that way I don't have to actually go in and click the eraser part. Like I have an eraser function built into the pen that I never use because I always forget it's there. Oopsie, did it again there. Oh well, I'll go back and erase that one later. The wrong layer. It's really funny how quickly I forget what step I'm on whenever I'm doing a set of repetitive tasks. Oh, nope, I almost forgot. I have an eraser. I was literally on my way to go click the eraser on the things, but I need to start practicing using the eraser function. Layer is locked. I know it's locked. I just wanted to magic select it. Thank you. What happened there? That was weird. Oh, I guess I still have to be on brush. Even when I remember, I don't. Okay. Yeah, so far the magic selecting hasn't been too much of, or the weird magic selecting, I should say, hasn't been too detrimental. Not like the. Luckily, I did, I guess, like the most problematic one off screen. That's good. I would hate to get tilted off of something so simple. Okay, that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna have to get in there really smally. Smally? Finally? I don't know what the word I'm looking for there. Pixel there. Alright. The trim is gold. I think waist down it's red. Double checked. Pretty much. Her gloves, she has an accent on her bracers. Okay. It was really funny because when I first was looking up art, I guess streams, before I started drawing, I always saw like them on screen with this giant circle, and I was like, how do they paint with such a giant thing? Oh, that's a question. Hold on, let me read that properly. But who would you go to find the current owner of a car based solely on an old license plate? Probably the police, because they would uh, probably have records of that. Uh, if you're trying, I don't know if this is like, I'm assuming this is like for a person, hopefully not you, that had a car stolen. Oh no, 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 no. I'm reading that wrong. Hold on. Current owner of a car. Uh the only people, yeah, like, the only people I would know of that would have that record would be the police. But if it's just for like your own like curiosity, I don't think going to the police would be a good idea. Like if it's important to find out who it is, then either you're driving uh mm, yeah, if it's like super important to find out, then police, or I think it's called like the DMV. Wherever you go to get your license may have something like that, but I don't know who else would have the records of that. Could probably always hire a private investigator, but don't do that. It's not worth it. Those people are crooks. They charge an arm and a leg for like the most useless information that they find. At least the ones I've ran into, I should say. Luckily, I've never had any personal dealings with them, but I do know friends that have used them, and yeah, they're expensive. I'm too broke. Same, dude, same. Is this just out of curiosity? Like, I guess you have someone's old license plate? Why did my friend need a private investigator? For the most, what's it called? Obvious of reasons of infidelity. So what did I do? Most of the private investigators, their cases are infidelity cases. Or so is my understanding. Like, if you go into private investigating thinking you're gonna get, like, anything else besides that, it's like, oof. It's not like the movies or anything where like they're doing some awesome cases. Like, you may get one awesome case your entire, not even awesome case, but like one decent case like your entire career, and then the rest are infidelity cases. Oh, jet cars. That sounds cool. And vaguely familiar. Huh, I wonder if I came across like a news article talking about them at some point, because I do remember like ever so slightly information on street legal jet cars. 1954 and 1980? Okay, so I'm wondering if I'm thinking about the same information, because what I'm remembering is like something about cars that used actual jet engines. No. I'm thinking of a motorcycle. Never mind. There's like a motorcycle out there that uses a jet engine. That's what I'm thinking about. Or like a type of engine similar to a jet and sounds like a jet. It's kind of cool. I love jet noises. I don't know, I find them. Gas turbines? Oh. I would love like a sports car that sounded like a jet. Even if it didn't go like crazy fast, I love the sound of jet engines. Like I'm not one to go like I'm not a thrill seeker at all. Most things don't like it's very hard to thrill me. So I don't necessarily like thrill seeking stuff, but the sound of jet engines are just so cool. Now I do have to be careful because I do have tinnitus in one of my ears, so probably wouldn't get that. But when I was younger, definitely would have loved it. I guess I would say I was a little more wilder when I was younger too, so probably something I would have done during that time. Throat is starting to hurt again. Okay, can't see it on this arm. So I think that's all the dark green. Yeah, and then it looks like everything else is like maroonish and gold. So you can go ahead and lock that layer. And we're back to color picking. Oops, I still have a mask on. Too dark. Is that brown? That looks brown. Oh, that's a little too light. That could work. Let's go just ever so slightly darker. I think that could work. Why don't I use a pre-labeled color wheel? That is something I don't know how to set up in Krita. Also, I don't have a problem with the actual color wheel because it's set up in primary colors where um, I've been able to um, it's easier for me to see where the primary colors are because it's the one with the circle and the triangle in the middle. The circle part is what I don't have a problem with. The triangle part where you start messing with the value and the saturation of the color, that's where I have a problem is. You can't import photos? I I think you can. Again, don't know how. A lot of the stuff I don't do because of my limitation on understanding. Like, I don't have enough time to practice drawing, practice doing my lessons on drawing, and also doing lessons on like external stuff that Krita doesn't necessarily, I guess, talk about. Because like I will mess around in Krita, uh, trying to find some stuff that works. Like I won't spend too long on it, but I will play around. And I did see something about like you need to set up some settings before you can like start color picking from a photo you imported. Not entirely sure, but that's what it looked like. And I'm scared to just touch things and just completely mess it up. Like, I know I shouldn't, and I really should start playing around with it more, because that's how I personally actually learn the best, is just by fumbling around. It's like when I don't know how to do something, I will just go for it until I make it work. However, that style of mentality does limit me by I won't pursue things that I don't think are necessary. You have a better idea than me? Okay. I not entirely. I mean, you seem like a person that knows how to draw from at least what we've talked about. Like you seem like you know your stuff, so I'm not sure on that. Like you sounded, or at least from what we talked about before, you sounded like you are taking classes for art. I drawn. What is that? ISBIS paint? I don't know what that paint tool is. Wow. ISBIS? What? Wait. ISBIS? Never heard of it. Even when I was looking up uh, like you go to those websites where it's like 40 best painting tools that you should be looking at, or top 30 programs you should be looking at if you are planning on starting your career in digital painting. I don't think I've ever came across that one. Oh, it's for phones. You draw on your phone? Holy cow, dude. How? I have enough trouble on a PC. That's intense, man. I don't know how you people can do that. I've heard of like it has a stylus. Still, man, that screen is tiny. Well, I mean, some phones are quite big, but like still, like I don't know. I don't know if I could ever do that. To me, that's just wild. Dang it. I've It's so funny that um, I spent so long looking up and down this picture, trying to close off every line, and I'm still finding lines I did not draw. Now, speaking of programs, though, I am saving up to eventually buy Clip Studio Paint. Heard that one's really good, but it is a pretty penny, and it is a single purchase, which is why I am even looking at buying it, because I do not like the subscription of like Photoshop, or is it Photoshop that's monthly pay? I think that was the one. Like, as good as Photoshop is, or as much of a standard it is, it's like monthly pay for a program. But Clip Studio Paint is what uh, essentially the person that I am taking the lessons from suggests if you don't use Photoshop. So even though it is a pretty penny, I would like to get my hands on it eventually. Although, he did say good things about Krita, so I'm not in a rush to get it, since Krita is a good enough one, especially for like beginners and everything. But Clip Studio Paint, from what I understand, has special things for manga drawing. So that's why I want to get my hands on it. For when I actually start drawing my manga stuff rather than digital art. Because right now I'm doing digital art. And, you know, this is good practice and all, but this isn't what I want to do necessarily. So eventually I want to upgrade my tools to better fit the profession I want to undertake. So, saving up for that, and when the need arises, I will purchase it. Because I still gotta save up. Well, not save up, but I don't want to spend, like, what are some, like, they have, uh, easy template making for, like, your scenes and everything. That way you don't spend hours trying to make, like, your scenes. They have special brushes for, like, uh, action shading. They have, a lot of things that manga artists use in order to, I guess, make their workings a lot quicker. That way they're not spending hours on, like, something small. Oops, no, 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 go back. So it's all about efficiency. Obviously, I could probably replicate everything in Krita. It would just take a lot longer. Like, heck, technically you can duplicate anything within like Microsoft Paint. But again, how much time are you willing to invest on something like that when you have limited tools? So it's a lot of templates and a lot of brushes that come with it that uh, are stylized and special towards towards manga drawing. That's wrong layer. I love how long just laying down the flat colors can be. It's so monotonous, but it's like it takes so long. Like, it's not hard or anything, it's just so repetitive of a process. Ah. Ah, yes, the downfalls of using a touchscreen for my second screen. You start moving things around by accident. Nothing's bleeding over out here, is it? Nope. Still good. Alright. Paint bucket exists? It does. However, from what I was learning from my lessons is that when you use the paint bucket and the magic select tool, it's a lot less precise than when you're using this. So this gap here would be a lot bigger because it's using the same AI for two different functionalities. And I was actually seeing that in some of my previous artwork where there was a lot more noticeable gray or the fill-in. So it's not too great to use the Magic Select and the bucket at the same time because they kind of conflict with each other. Because they're the exact same AI. I don't know. I'm just I'm not entirely sure on that. But that's what I'm remembering from my class. I know he mentioned something about that, not using bucket and that and the magic select. That if you want to use one or the other, it's better to not use both at the same time. I'm just moving it to the edge of the screen because since now I have the entire thing set up on my screen, I want to utilize it. Nope, that's the wrong layer for magic selecting. Now if I was smart, I'd put these two layers to get like next to each other. That way I don't have to scroll back up and down. That would be the smart thing to do. But am I gonna do it? Probably not today. I'm already this far deep. I remember while during my lunch break, then I'll do that. The thing that's really bothering, or not bothering me, but like slowing this process down is that what I really should have done, I should have left a small little gap in between, like, especially this rope thing. I should have intentionally left a small little gap in between uh, each individual section. That way, when I magic select it, it selects the entire thing, and then I can go really quickly. now that I'm thinking about it, like actually in my head, I was like, oh dang it, I probably could have stylized the rope a little bit. And that could have even been really cool. But nope. I just went with simple lines. Because I didn't have coffee when I was drawing, so brain wasn't on thinking mode. We're almost done here anyway. I'm probably not going to stay on too long. Just because I can see my bed calling me. I will say that even though I have horrible sleeping, like I don't get really that great of sleep, I have been getting better sleep ever since I've been drawing late at night because it kind of like calms me down from the stupid stress of the rest of the day. Now I just need to get a better mattress. Or maybe it's the storm, the rain noises I have in the background. Maybe that's what's making it better for me to sleep. I'm spending like an hour and a half listening to this. Wrong layer. Alright, we should be able to finish the maroons today. And then that'll probably be it. Because once we're done with this little rope piece, the overpants, I guess I will call it. Since the last time we talked about it, that had given them the wrong name or something. Oh yeah, I called it a crotch. What else is maroon? The overpants. The ones that I said had the crotch hole. That is clearly wrong, but I haven't looked up what, you know, the style of pants would be. But it should be a pretty quick paint for the overpant part, because it is like one piece or two pieces each. I don't. It may even be one piece because of the. I think I left the lines open for that reason. Let's see if I remember to do that at least on the pants. Almost done with the rope. Yeah, learning little tricks of the trade to work smarter and not harder. Definitely gonna have to be key. Oh. You know what? I don't think I did. Because I added these lines. Oof. Let's see. Okay, they're at least big pieces though. Although with the big pieces I do end up having to, I end up missing like small little pieces. Almost like that little triangle. Like stuff like that I miss. Oof, I think there's a small little piece there I'm gonna have to do manually. Oh, that's the little piece I need to do manually. Let's do everything else first. Okay. Gerda. Oof. It was like spazzing on me. You know what would suck? if I didn't get to that save in time. Because I hadn't saved this entire time. You know, I have way too much faith in the autosave. Now the inner pants, they are a maroon-ish, but they are a different shade of maroon. So I will do those ones off screen. But right now I just want to finish this maroon color. Oof, okay. Also, I need to erase that note. Oops. I don't want that in the final product. Is that little detail? Okay, good. All this can be colored in. Huh. Let's see if this is a large enough space for the magic select to select. It is! Hurrah! I don't have to do it manually. There's a little bit of space there. But hopefully that'll be hidden. I may have to get in there a little bit. That's a pretty noticeable speck. God dang it. quick little fix on the line art, because I did not. These lines are not supposed to be there. Hello? Oh, because there's a mask, isn't there? Yes, there is. Let's turn off the mask first. When your eraser is just gigantic. This should be the last part that's maroon. Make sure we lock that line art again. Put myself back on the right brush would be helpful. Are you kidding me? I like how I intentionally tried to make a small gap so that I can make it just ever so slightly faster. And it still didn't give it to me. What to do? Make sure to turn off the mask before I save once more. We can call it here. Huh? Productive. But still ways to go. Anyway, thanks y'all for coming out. Had a blast. Thanks for keeping me company as I continue this journey on learning how to draw. I'll hopefully see you guys next stream. And have a great weekend. Enjoy it. But with that, I'm going to say goodnight. And because I suck at outros, I'm just going to end it.